Hey there, I'm hoping in this video I can help you troubleshoot some issues that you might run into when you sign into Cherwell. Specifically, if you're having trouble signing in using an Active Directory account, there is something you can do to produce an authentication log. We're going to go over that today. This video is actually intended to be something that you can send out to your own users so that they can produce this log and send to you as an administrator. So if you're an end user, we're going to try and keep this simple enough to where you can actually produce this log file on your own so that your Cherwell administrator can figure out what's preventing you from being able to sign in to your Active Directory account within Cherwell. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have a folder where we can save a file for this authentication log to see what's going on. I will usually recommend something like C and then test. You can see I have a bunch of other crap here. We're not going to actually create a file here, but we're going to use this location, which is C:/test, and we're going to go to our Cherwell installation directory. This is going to be under C, Program Files, and then one of the two following places that you see on my screen. Depending on your version of Cherwell, you're either going to see Cherwell Service Management under Program Files, or you'll see Cherwell Software under Program Files. If you see Cherwell Software, open that, and Cherwell Service Management will be embedded within there, and you'll open it there. Once you're either in Cherwell once you're either in the Program Files /Cherwell Software /Cherwell Service Management, or if you haven't, the Program Files /Cherwell Service Management, these two are going to be almost exactly the same. They're just different depending on which version of Cherwell you have installed, because later they came out with CAM and they grouped those under the same folder. Once you get into this folder, you're going to hold down your Shift key, you're going to right click, and on this right click menu, a special button is going to show up that says Open Command Window here. There's another way to get this to this directory, which is you open up Command Prompt through your Start menu, you type CMD, and you say CD C:/ Program Files, and then you say /Cherwell, Program Files x86 /Cherwell Service Management, and you get there the same way. But if you haven't done a lot with Command Prompt, the very easy shortcut is you go to the folder you want to be in, you hold down Shift, you right click, you say Open Command Window here. Now if you're on Windows 10, you might have this set up to where when you hold down Shift and right click it says Open PowerShell Window here. If you get a blue PowerShell window, type in CMD and hit OK. If you use PowerShell, you might run into issues with not all of the flags and parameters being interpreted the same way. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to type out trebuchet.app.exe space and then a hyphen LA, which stands, well, it doesn't stand for authentication log because it's backwards. I think it stands for log authentication, and then the path of your log file. So in my case, this is going to be C:/test/ Cherwell Authentication Log.txt. Now, I am putting double quotes around this path. If any part of your file path for this log file has spaces in it, you need double quotes. I don't have spaces in this path, so I don't need double quotes, but it's good practice. So now if we open up Cherwell again and we try signing in, so basically here's our sign-in page, and we should be able to produce an authentication log file. We're going to put a bunch of random crap into our login screen here. It's going to tell me that my password's wrong, and then after that we'll be able to take a look at our authentication log file. So here we'll go back into our, oh, I'm pressing space. I thought I was pressing the little clicker on my laptop. Okay, here we go. So I'm actually using an internal Cherwell authentication account. So this says start of login procedure for Cherwell, attempting internal authentication, login attempt failed. that's about it for internal authentication. If you have Active Directory authentication, this is going to be a much longer text file, and it'll step through each of the different steps like connecting to the domain controller, sending your credentials, finding your user account before it sends credentials, things like that. All you need to know is you take this authentication log, you send it to your Cherwell administrator, they look through it, they see if there's anything that stands out like can't connect to the domain controller or user profile not found. If they're not able to find anything useful, they forward it to Cherwell support and they tell them what's going on with it, or your Active Directory administrator will let you know. Basically, this is how, as an end user, you can produce an authentication log to troubleshoot issues signing into Cherwell. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section below. Thanks. Bye.